Welcome back to another weapon build video, and today we're going to take a look at the Cyanex. So the Cyanex, a mass range weapon, it's a pretty weak weapon, wink wink, but at the same time, you could definitely do some decent damage with this. I mean, close to being pretty good damage. Now, one thing that I honestly didn't know about the Cyanex, because I really didn't like this weapon at first, but people were telling me about it and how it wasn't like, it's not that weak as you might think it is I didn't know that it meant the gas procking and all that other stuff. I really did not know that. So when I did see the gas damage on there, it kind of applied more to it, just kind of like doing its thing, where gas damage isn't as effective on some enemies, but however, it's pretty decent damage, especially with the gas effects in there. So, you know, like I said, gas effects doesn't really benefit a lot of enemies, right? Hurting them, and of course, how should I say this? Affecting the enemies as well as other, you know, elements do better. They do way better. So, taking a look at the stats for this weapon, it's got 8% critical chance, 1.4 times the crit multiplier, and 32% status. It's got 50 impact. It's got the radio attack, of course, kind of like, you know, explosion or whatever you want to call it. It's got 41 gas damage, basically it. Then you had the burst, which, damn, I didn't really see this part as well. It's got 8%. It's basically got the same thing, but it's got a total of 72 damage because of puncture, slash, and somewhat a good, not too good actually, not too good impact. So, I mean, I guess not bad, but I guess it is what it is. I'm going to show you how to build the Cyanex. And I won't lie, this weapon probably overlooked this one. So let's go ahead and talk about the mods that we have on this. Galvanized Diffusion, 110% multi-shot on kill, 30% multi-shot for 20 seconds, stacks up to 4 times. So really good mod, definitely should be on the build. Pistol Pestilence, 60% toxin and status chance. I have Lethal Torrent, 60% fire rate and multi-shot, always need to be on the build. And Frostbite, 60% cold and status chance. So all these mods are amazing. The next few mods that we're going to be using on this build, first we're going to throw on our faction mods. So Prime, Expel, Corrupted, Corpus, Grenier, go ahead and throw those mods on there, whatever faction you're going up against. That definitely needs to be on the build. Really helps out with that damage. So go ahead and use that for any of the factions you're going up against. The next mod that we're going to be using on this build is Scorch. And a lot of you have told me, you guys really strongly told me that viral is the best way to go, if, or somewhat, with depending on the weapon, it's somewhat a good way to go if you're going to be using heat. You know, a heat mod, viral is pretty much good. And okay, did that. Appreciate that, guys, and I really see that you guys are like, you know, like really like constantly telling me like viral is pretty much a good way to kind of like melt your enemies, way better than using corrosive somewhat. So thank you guys so much. The next mods that we're going to be using is Carnage Stinger. This is going to apply 6% status chance and slash damage. Now slash damage, of course, there is no slash on this weapon, but it's mainly for status. That's the only reason why I'm using this mod. So don't worry about the slash part. It's more status part I'm worried about. So that's why this mod is on here. Then the last mod we're going to be using, now you can go ahead and use the Prime version if you want to, or Prime version would be better for the heated charge, but since I don't have enough space on here, this is still going to work out regardless if you have the Prime heated charge. Prime heated charge is going to give you more heat damage, but we are going to throw on heated charge just to add more of the heat damage. So it's gonna give you 75 damage over here. So now you can see that it's doing more than our viral. So that's really good. Now the next thing is the arcane, of course. The arcane that we're gonna be using is Cascadia Flare. All right, on rank 5 on heat status effect, 12% damage for 10 seconds stacks up to 480%, which is a really good arcane, not a mod, arcane, which I don't know why that keeps going into my brain. So let's look at our secondary damage over here. Burst, pretty much the same thing, clearly. Oh, it does have some slash damage to it, which I did not notice, but of course that's not going to be something that we're going to be looking at anyways. All right, so let's go ahead and do some damage. So it has gas procs now. It's going to be procking heat. It's going to be procking viral. Pretty much everything just works out, though. Because as you can see, insane. Crazy freaking damage. This is a pretty powerful weapon, especially for a lower rank weapon. That is pretty crazy, you know, as a lower rank weapon, you know. Yeah, definitely overlook this weapon for sure. And definitely have to say a lot of people should probably pick up this weapon, especially if you're at Master Rank 8. Of course, go ahead and pick that up. So the secondary fire mode, it is wow. I did not expect this fire mode to be that freaking good, but it does take up a lot of your ammo because it is emptying the whole clip, of course. It's kind of like some rapid fire burst mixed in together, but it's doing amazing freaking damage. And it's got some punch through too, so that's also amazing. So yeah, the Cyanex, pretty powerful weapon we have here. And you can see, yeah, ammo just dropped pretty much a lot. So definitely another mod that you will have to throw in there is the primed ammo mutation, which is going to be your extra slot over here. Now I don't have any space for that, and I don't even have this thing a lot because I really never touched this weapon like that. But of course, might take a little bit more forma to add this in here, because mine is really depending on how the weapon came with the polarity, it might be a 3 forma build. I would probably say definitely throw on a 4th forma for your heated charge weapon, and probably even a 5th forma for, of course, that excellent slot. So you could throw a prime pistol imitation in there. So probably 2 more formas in there, and you'll basically be good. Taking this weapon to the still path is doing definitely some great damage, for sure. I definitely wouldn't say it's still path, you know, based, because it's not. As of right now, when the targets do get heavier, slightly more harder to kill, but I think it will pull through with its melting gas procking and viral. It definitely should melt through them, but I don't really see it being that great of a still path weapon. Especially you have to think about the acolytes. The acolytes are going to be status resistant, so more crit base would be better. And this weapon does not have any good crit at all. So definitely not a weapon I would take. More like extermination, somewhat like that, or just have a backup weapon so you can kill the acolyte, because that would be more of a smart idea to do if you're going to take this weapon. But overall, still a pretty good weapon, and any lower mastery rank, 8 or lower, or just 8 or above, definitely go ahead and get this weapon. But let me know what you guys think about the build and the weapon in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Follow me on all social medias and Twitch. Links are in the description. Thanks for watching, Click the next video to see more amazing content by me, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.